since it is the first trading day of the new year, and I kind of figure, for me, in my life, I kind of consider this the first day of the year, really. I mean, this is really Happy New Year to us. And with that in mind, I want to talk about a couple links that are in the members area that I really hope you do take some time to check out, because they've made a huge difference for me. Maybe some of you have received the email already that I sent out. What does a billionaire credit his success to? And it's a little blurb about me and Ray Dalio. Well, not that I know Ray Dalio, but it's a little blurb about me and where I'm at the early part of this year. New Year's Eve, I share with you guys a little epiphany of mine, and then I share with you guys a course that it's a little different than, but I was probably the most nervous to send this email out, more so than any that I've ever sent out. But the feedback has been awesome. It's a little 4-step process. Just check it out. Feel free to give me your feedback. I'm definitely open to it. But do it with an open mind and tell me what you think. So this is a little blurb here that I put together. If you want something a little bit more, I won't say less out there, but yeah, I guess you could say that. You could check out the C+C equals C conversation, being a confident trader in 2015. Again, this is an email that I sent out to you all, and you can check it out here at the blog. Quick read, and if I do say so myself, definitely worth the time. I also have the first part of the Auto Chartist series that's in the Pro Elite section of the website. So Pro Eliters, you guys get Auto Chartist as part of your subscription, and we did a Saturday webinar on it. This was the first part of it that kind of walks you through the Auto Chartist, and the rest of that that little series, that course, if you will, is in the Pro Elite area. But I shared this with everybody, and you can check that out, in terms of the price movement ranges and how to think about structuring your trades, and just kind of how Auto Chartist kind of helps build those good habits. Whether or not you use it, there's plenty you can learn from the way you use the software, in terms of structuring your trades and the kind of questions you ask, and so forth. So that is just a series of videos that I thought would be pretty darn helpful for those of you that are just starting off with TFF, or maybe have been with us for a while. I also have, let's see, if you're brand new to the site, once you're in the members area, there's a new to TFF Start Here link. I would definitely check that out. It'll give you a number of the downloads that I personally have or use for the 34 EMA Wave and Grab, how to install it, and some videos on how to use it. I mean, really at the heart of what we do is understanding market trends, and at the heart of market trends is using these two indicators of mine. So if you haven't checked it out, just kind of a walk through of those things that I think are super important. And then finally, the spreadsheet. Okay, this is the heartbeat of the website. The trading room setups, the spreadsheet, and by 10 a.m. every morning, this is online, it's available, it's updated, it's ready to go, hot out of the oven. And the spreadsheet is here, as well as if you're new to the spreadsheet. How do you use it? What do the different colors mean? What does it mean if I bold something or not? And there's a video that runs about 12 minutes that will take you through all the deets of how to use the spreadsheet. Okay, and with that, I want to go ahead and by the way, if you're in the chat room right now versus watching this on replay, in the presenter posts area, I've posted all these links, and they'll remain there. In fact, I need to post the registration link for Forex in Focus at some point for you all. But those are some of the links that, again, I think are really important. Take some time to visit them, and I think they'll make a huge difference. All right, so again, Happy New Year. I know it's the 5th, but this really is our new year. This is when our year starts up. So excited to have you here, and we've got plenty to talk about because, you know, we have a number of positions that are still open, and we have a number of positions that we want to start to examine a little bit more closely with some price movement ranges. So this is going to be a pretty rock'em sock'em week in terms of really taking a lot of what we do here in the chat room and kind of the rubber meeting the road. It's going to be a more of an advanced week. So if you are new to the room, it might be the kind of week you take a lot of notes and ask a lot of questions, because we're going to be moving at a pretty quick pace once we get started here. You can see the economic calendar is absolutely dictating what we're focusing on, the volatility that we're going to be focusing or expecting, and right off the bat, we're waiting on that German preliminary CPI. We've already got the construction PMI out of the UK. One of the individual currency stories that I'm looking at is possibly a pound weakness story. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys, and I took a snapshot of it. I need to somehow post it in the members area for y'all, but it's a single page. Actually, I'll just kind of recreate the page here in Notepad, whatever this is. What I want to do is share with you kind of this single page that I have that kind of kicks off every Sunday for me, and how you can organize at least the trading day, if not the trading week, with this little layout here. So first of all, I did this on, I believe, the 3rd. I did this on the 3rd. And the first thing I start off with is the ICS. That's the individual currency story. And, you know, one of the things I should probably post here is the workflowy notes for those of you that are just learning all the Raggi-isms and some of the unique language we use. If you just go to any of the updates, by the way, let's say you check out the Trading Room recap at some point later on in the day, and you click on whatever the most recent date is. Scroll down. Okay, so down here, there's a number of links. Now this is just the update from the 2nd, and we'll have these links for every update until I change something or update something. So that course I talked about, our little project, our little pet project here that we played around with for a lot of 2014, our little Project Superhuman. This is the next update, a year of productive forward motion. It's kind of cool. It's that brainwave entrainment thing, and we're going to be doing more of this. I bought the rights to this technology, and I'll be releasing more. A number of you know that I've had different audios down here, and this is just a full-on course, and I gave you guys a link for that. It's a 3 or 4 part course, kind of thinking about what you want to accomplish this year and whatnot. But 2 other links that I think would be very, very helpful would be the trading plan, okay, what I call the trading plan workflowy style. Our spreadsheet really was built from this discussion and these notes. So if you've never checked them out, I would absolutely check these out. This is what I call the trading plan workflowy style. Workflowy is a great note-taking tool. And these are the trading plan discussion notes. And again, this is what began the spreadsheet, really. I mean, this discussion is really what eventually created the spreadsheet that you all know and love. The other link in Workflowy is the lingo link. This is huge, okay, because a lot of the lingo that I use is very different than what you may be used to out there in the there we go, out there in the trading world, because I was pretty much a self-taught trader. Didn't get a lot of, if you want to call it, formal education in trading. It was a lot of observation, and then reading books that were oftentimes, back then, 60, 70, 80 years old. The books that shaped me and the traders that shaped me are traders that were trading in the early 1900s. And I kind of am thankful every day that I have a very unorthodox trading education. And you guys are kind of getting the benefit of that. All right. So let's go ahead and let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and just give me one moment. Okay. So if we're looking at our spreadsheet here, and what I was mentioning before is this sheet that I put together in my journal. This one's dated the 3rd, but it's all applicable to today. And that's the individual currency focus. That's the first place I'll start. Okay, a lot of traders will say, you need a focused watch list, and I do agree with that. You do need a focused watch list, but it has to not be just a bunch of pairs that you like to trade, like, specialize in this pair or that pair. I think that's ridiculous. You want to basically focus on those pairs that have a clear story. That's your focus. These are your focus individual currency stories, and for me, these are still pretty much it. Now, along with the U.S. dollar comes the euro, and what I like to denote is what I'm playing: U.S. dollar strength, euro weakness, Aussie weakness, Canadian dollar weakness, and Japanese yen weakness. So these are the individual currency stories that are then going to dictate the pairs that I play. Okay, so the pairs that I'm going to be watching are going to be, in many ways, influenced by, what's going to be on my radar is going to be influenced by those individual currency stories. So then I like to categorize them. For example, I have my U.S. dollar strength stories. What are those pairs? So pretty much in order, I have euro U.S. dollar, I have Aussie U.S. dollar, and you're going to see that our book and our pending trades are very much built upon these pairs: U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. And what I've just got is a handwritten version of pretty much this in my notebook. Now again, I just want to reiterate, we're told we should have a focus list. We're told that good traders focus on a handful of, pairs or a handful of strategies. And what I'm going to tell you is all traders that I've observed that are successful, yes, they absolutely do have a focused watch list. But for us, we take it the next step. What are the individual currency stories? That's even more important in many ways. And why do you need a focused watch list? Because your attention is like a $1 bill. There's only so many pennies, right? You can spread yourself only so far across so many pairs before you really just end up giving each trade or pair just less attention than it would need. And that typically will result in bad trades or losing trades, even worse. Okay? So another part of my individual currency story, one of my favorite stories, are the Aussie weakness stories. Where do we have stories like that playing out? A little bit of overlap here with the U.S. dollar strength, but that just tells you that this pair is firing on both cylinders. Aussie New Zealand dollar, Aussie Canadian dollar. We'll talk about that one here as well this morning, because that one ran into a little bit of heat that I think we have to discuss for those of you that are watching that one or in that one. So this is, just, again, it doesn't take a lot of time. What are those individual currency stories, and then what are the pairs that end up on the watch list? And preferably, these have directional bias, which they do, which those longer time frame organization on the longer time frame. Organization is what gives us directional bias, and directional bias is ultimately our edge. So, you know, a lot of traders might say, well, I'm going to just focus on the Euro US and I'm just going to trade the Euro US. That's just stupid. It really is. What we want to focus on are individual currency stories and then where we have directional bias. And this then gives us a focused watch list, right? So successful traders also know their PMRs, their price movement ranges. We'll get into that. Successful traders know their volatility events. We're definitely going to get into that. That's the economic calendar. And they focus, and this is another thing too, predominantly they're going to focus on a single strategy for the pair, not because they're going to define themselves as trend followers or they have some strategy that they're in love with. They focus on a single strategy for the pair based on the underlying market trend, right? I'm just not going to impose my will of some strategy or indicator that I just happen to like and just apply that to everything. That's what a loser does. That's what losing traders do. They fall in love with a strategy and they apply it to everything equally. Okay? Now, that's not completely untrue. The part that they're missing, the part that you're learning, is the fact that you need a focused watch list that reflects the correct market environment in which to apply then whatever this favorite strategy of yours is, or mine, or anybody's. So again, they focus on a single strategy for the pair or the time frame based on the underlying market trend. And that brings us right back to the wave and the grab candle. So if you're a trend trader, you don't want to trend trade everything. You want to trend trade those symbols that are trending, right? If you're a breakdown trader, again, you want to look for that environment that is ideally suited to that strategy. Okay, so it's not that some of the general wisdom out there is wrong. It's the application of it, really, that's wrong. So I just want to kind of kick that off. I think it's a good conversation to have here right at the onset of the new year. So with that, now that you have kind of, and very simple, right? I mean, there's more we can talk about from here. But this pretty much encompasses most of our book because it is a lot of U.S. dollar strength and Canadian dollar weakness that we're focusing in on. So what I want to do now is switch reels, get into our spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet needs a lot of recalibrating because this week is going to be, again, a week that we have to acknowledge those PMRs. So we're absolutely going to get into the details of that, figure out where those catch the wick opportunities are. I'm going to give you all those specific prices in the spreadsheet, and we're going to update that throughout the morning here. Okay, so let's get to it.